This W-9 primer is designed to provide a clear understanding of exactly what the IRS Form W-9 is, how long the W-9 is good for, when you should get a new W-9, and a few other related issues. Stick around until the end when we discuss how long to hold on to a W-9. Hey guys, I'm Mary Schaefer from AP Now, the place where we curate the latest business intelligence for those who work in, manage, or have responsibility for the accounts payable and payments function. So let's dive right in. So accounts payable and W-9s, they kind of go hand in hand. So we're doing this in a question and answer format. So hopefully by the end of it, you'll have a real good understanding of what a W-9 is. So question number one, what is a W-9, an IRS Form W-9? A Form W-9 is an IRS form which can be used to request a TIN, which is a taxpayer identification number, and then that information along with the name put in on the form is used for preparing 1099s. Where can I get a blank Form W-9 to use and send to my suppliers? You can download it very easily from the IRS website. Go to irs.gov and in the search form, just put in W-9. How can you verify if the information on the W-9 provided by your supplier is correct? There's a really easy way to do this. Authorized payers can register with the IRS to use IRS TIN matching program, and it's a highly recommended best practice that you do so. Well, why do I have to bother verifying the information on the W-9? Okay, here's why. If the name and TIN don't match, when you issue the 1099 in January, the IRS will discover the mismatch and issue a B notice, and then you'll be hit with fines and penalties. The fines and penalties are bad enough, but the B notice will require that you follow the IRS very rigorous and exacting rules for resolving what they call name TIN mismatches. Much better to do it at your own pace before it is discovered under the ever watchful eye of the IRS. How long is a W-9 good for? Forever, unless there is a change in circumstance, in which case you would get a new W-9. Can I use any form W-9, or does it have to be the most current form? You need to start using the new form as soon as the IRS issues it. They periodically update the form, so you need to make sure you're using the current form. Right now, the form that we're using is dated October 2018. So at this point, it's 4 years old, and I would very much expect the IRS to issue a new one at some point. But I have to tell you, I've been saying that for a year now, so, we'll see. All right. Before we get to discussing what happens when the IRS issues a new W-9 and when you should ask a supplier for a new one, if you like this episode, please give us a thumbs up. And if you loved it, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. We produce new content for the channel 3 times a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays are devoted to payment and accounts payable issues, and Saturdays are reserved for Wordle. By the way, your likes and comments signal to YouTube that people like this video and they should share it with more people. So we say a very special thank you to everybody who took the moment to hit the like button. All right, next question. Does this mean that when the IRS issues a new W-9, I have to request new forms from my existing suppliers? No. As long as they don't have the change in circumstance, the old one will be fine. You do not have to go back and repaper your files. Do I have to get a new W-9 from all my vendors every year? There are a few companies out there who do this, but no. The answer is no, don't do that. The old one will be fine. Next question. You keep talking about change in circumstance. What is that? Okay, a change in circumstance is anything that might change your supplier's filing status. This could include things like name change, a merger, an acquisition, a change in a legal status, i.e. going from incorporated to an LLC. Some best practice organizations, and a best practice AP Now recommends, now make it a standard practice to request a new W-9 whenever there is a change at a vendor, including things like change of address, change of bank account for electronic payments, etc. Sometimes, but not always, this signals a change in circumstance that your vendor just has not thought to inform you of. Okay. How long should I keep a W-9 provided by the vendor? The answer to that is as long as you're doing business with them. You don't have to keep that paper copy. You can scan it and keep the electronic copy, but you don't have to keep the paper is the important thing. But keep it in case you're subject to an IRS information reporting audit. This way you'll have your documentation. Now, we mentioned IRS TIN matching and how it can help reduce the number of B notices, but that's not the only reason to use TIN matching. We recently did a video on all the reasons, including a secret one that no one seems to focus on using TIN matching and why you should use it. You can watch it right now using a link that will appear momentarily on YouTube and is in the show notes below. As always, we appreciate your thumbs up, your subscribes, your shares, and your comments. Good luck.